2016, I released my first project, and I have a poem there that I recently went back to, and it's called "Drunk Poetry." I was actually kind of drunk when I wrote it, if I'm being honest. But it goes like this. I remember those 2 a.m. drunk phone calls, drunk texts, drunk poems that needed not to have been written or sent, but were read anyway. We were that lasting fragrance on each other's shirts, that scent of missing someone at 2 a.m. We were each other's air, breathing down each other's windpipes, trying to find the path to each other's hearts and life forms. We were each other's life, usually forming into waves that ended up in tears at 2 a.m. 2016 is a long time ago. We were each other's life forms, usually forming into waves that end up in tears at 2 a.m. We were each other's air, breathing down each other's windpipes, trying to find the path to each other's life and life forms. We were each other's life forms, usually forming into waves that ended up in tears at 2 a.m. A wise man once told me that nothing good ever happens after 12, and 2 a.m. is no exception. And so just like doctors pretending that they give life because they catch babies, it is you and I pretending that we have forgotten what it feels like. Such that when I'm drunk and it's 2 a.m. and I'm trying to dial my mother at home, I end up dialing you. But your dial tone has an underlying dying tone of how love never lived here, never existed. And so one must accept defeat and stop looking for love at the bottom of an empty glass, and accept that sometimes 2 a.m. drunk phone calls, drunk texts, or drunk poems are not the way to go if you're trying to fall in love. Thank you. Like trying to write poems on Twitter, and like at the time, Twitter had like a character limit. So I'd write short poems on Twitter to like practice writing poetry. So I want to read to you some of the poems that I wrote for Twitter. And they're really short, so you have to like really pay attention. I wrote a happy poem. I scribbled your silhouette under the sun, and your shadow kept me warm. I smiled at death because your love is worth dying for. How was your day is as close to I love you as the natural rhythm of the day will allow. It's me reaching into your heart to carry your weight on my shoulders, to rest your weary head on my chest, to carry your joys in my arm. It's the love child of I hate distance, and I am here for you. Thank you. The side effects of sleeping pills include insomnia. I know a blind man who sees more than most because he feels everything. Side effects of sin include shame and withdrawal. I know of a man who knows more truth than he believes. There is an intersection in the things that I know and their side effects. A cross where a man hang on. Thank you. Is a fatal accident with no fatalities. A choice. A yes to one, a no to another, a denial of self, a coherent understanding that things don't always go according to plan. The refusal to accept anything less is death to self, birthing life to love. 1,000 years ago, maybe more, when God was molding us from clay, and you whispered quietly into his ear and asked him to make you from him, to make you from me.